Okay, here we've got her in a clock stand, and she's ready to start running. Here's our pendulum. We've got her locked down. We've leveled it up, stand in movement. And this is where we start her. And now we're going to set her in beat. Depending on how you bend the brass wire, not the metal wire. Oh, by the way, we had to make a new one of these. The old one, I don't know if you can see it in there, was bent pretty badly. So we had to 86 that and make a new one. So we fabricated that. We also ended up putting one more bushing in it than originally expected. You notice the bell polished up very nice. And she's running now. And through a series of adjustments to get the beat just right, we'll be able to get her running. Now I also had to set the escapement, and it's not quite done yet. So I'm going to take this off and reset the escapement because there's something called drops, and the drops are not perfect on it yet. So we've got to do some work on that. And once we get the drops perfect, we'll reset the beat, put it back in the stand, and get it running perfectly. All right. Now next after this, it'll be in the background running. We have to start tackling this whole mess right over here, which is the cabinet. So we'll see you next when we start on the cabinet. Alright, here we are with the clock. Now, in this cabinet, what we're going to do, and this is because of the condition it's in, since we have to glue it anyways, all these pieces are going to come off, so we can line everything up and we don't get glue on any of them. And since they're going to come off, we're going to clean them. A lot of times we don't, but they are awfully dirty and they're going to clean up real nice. Sometimes we'll go as far as repainting the entire cabinet. I don't think that's necessary here. I also am afraid I might lose some of the accents here. Paint might fill that in a little bit. But in real bad condition cabinets, we can even repaint the cabinet. So our next step here is we're going to remove all these pieces here for cleaning, and we're going to run those through the ultrasonic cleaner, and they're going to come out looking like $1,000,000. They're going to have kind of a copper hue to them when they're done. And so when we put them back on later on, they're going to just accent the cabinet all the much better. So this next scene you'll see is with all those pieces off. Alright, well here we are. As you can see, these are all the different pieces here. We've got the legs, we've got all the different accents. Alright, now we've got what's left of the cabinet here. Now we've pieced it all down. And we're going to start cleaning this up next. So we're going to get everything cleaned up, and then we're going to start gluing it. And while we're doing that, these are going to run through the ultrasonic cleaner. So remember what they look like now. They're going to look a lot different when you see them next. Okay, what you're looking at here is phase one of gluing the cabinet back together. We've got everything lined up on half of it. It's glued and stapled on the right side. We're going to let that set up. Once it gets done setting up, we'll go to the left side. We also have the base already cleaned up. We've already completed the cleanup on the gong, so that was pretty simple. And the parts are coming out of the ultrasonic in just a minute. Here we are with phase two of putting the case back together. It's got to be perfectly level. You got to have everything squared up just right. So this is setting up. We're putting the bottom and the top on next. Alright, now you can see we've got most of the case back together. Everything's glued into place, the bottom's in place, everything's looking good. You also notice that the parts that we ran through the ultrasonic and then the rinse scrubbed up real nice. We did a little bit of hand work to them and got a pretty nice copper hue back, exactly as I said would happen. We're going to polish this up next. This is the basil. You can see that how this is dulled down quite a bit, and we're going to be able to bring back some nice brilliance here. So when you next see the piece, we'll have pretty much all the parts back on it. Okay, here we are. We've got the cabinet back together. As you can see, all the columns are in place, the feet, everything, and turned out nice. And we took the basil. I don't know if you can see it, but we polished it up as best we could here. Got a lot of the original brass color back to it, and that turned out very nice for its age. So we'll attach that next, and then we'll be putting the movement in the clock and getting it ready to start test running in the case. Okay, here we are, and now we've got our movement finished, our cabinet finished. We're ready to install the movement into the cabinet. So we're going to very carefully place our movement into the cabinet. We're going to line her up where she has to go. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to take the screws, and we're going to get everything ready to start putting her into place and line her up. So we'll do that next, then we'll be ready for the hands. And here we are with what looks like the finished product. Obviously we have to put the hands on yet, but the movement is in place, as you can see in the back. We got her ready to go. So we're going to put the hands on and we're going to set her back and get her test running. And here we are with the finished product. As you can see, everything's cased up. The hands are now on. She's pushed back. We've got her set to run now. And we're going to time it. So timing is going to take a week or two. Every single day we're going to make little adjustments to the pendulum on the inside to make sure she's keeping time. Also, this is the troubleshooting period. What we're going to be able to do is watch this, and often we will find small problems along the way, and every once in a while we do have to take movement back out of the case 2, maybe even 3 times to make minor adjustments until we get everything perfect. We don't want to put this back in the person's home until we know we're never going to see them again. We're a unique type of repair shop. We don't ever want to see our customers again. That's how we know we've done a good job. Because if they're calling us up, it's usually with a problem. So if we never hear from them again, we know we did a good job. And word of mouth is pretty much how we get all of our business. Hope that you enjoyed the repair. I'm Dave Detman. Thanks for watching. Well, thanks a lot for taking a look at our little repair outfit here. As I mentioned at the beginning, I've been doing this for a long time, 30 years to be exact at the time of this filming. I mentioned I've done many of these, a couple of thousand grandfather clocks. There's virtually nothing we can't repair. If we can't do it, it's probably not repairable. So if you've got a hardship case, something that nobody else can do, send it to us. We can take care of you. Now what you saw here was the presidential repair. And of course, we went very in depth and did a lot of casework and such. This is not normal. We normally don't see them that bad. But regardless of how good or bad they are, we can take care of it. Obviously, this repair would cost more than a basic repair, and you'll see those prices on our website. But I just want you to know that no matter how old it is and how bad it looks, don't throw it away. There's a treasure in your attic or under your bed, and we can bring it back to life. I'm Dave Detman, also known as Dr. Time. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you.